everybody. Let me get Nita. Hold up. Where's she going? Let's put it over there. Hi, Nita.
Everybody keeps saying hi. I can't keep up. Hi.
How you guys doing? So if you guys get the text, then you know that tonight, instead of, oops, I never even set up my iPad. I'm gonna have to do that now. While we're on tonight, I am going to be cutting the papers for Alchemist crystals, and because I'm going to attempt to start this project at the next Judy Niemeyer retreat, which it's not this weekend, it's not next weekend, but it's the weekend after that. I was just at a Judy Niemeyer retreat like 2 weeks ago or something. Anyway, I have to get the papers ready and the fabric cut and all of that stuff. The last time I was there, I bought the kit. So this is all of the Tim Holtz fabric in order to make it look like this. Hopefully there's enough light there. Okay, so anyway, that's what I'm going to be doing tonight. I'm going to start cutting the papers and setting up my book. I bought a new little book because they have us get a binder, but honestly, the binder is so bulky. Like, here's the Mooncatcher one, you know, and it's like, it's great, but it's like, if I'm going to be traveling with it, it's very bulky. So I thought, oh, I'm going to try getting one of these little guys that has the little sheets inside. Oh my goodness, y'all. They are so thin. I'm sure it's going to work. I'm sure it's going to work. But it's like, I kept going, does it open? Like, can you get something in there? And yeah, but it's like a contact lens. It's so thin. It's okay. It's going to be tiny. So I'm going to give it a go. We're going to see how it goes, because this is definitely a lot smaller than that. And it's got like, I think it's got pretty much the same amount of pages. So we're going to see how it goes. Let me turn my iPad
I don't really like e-ring binders. They have a tendency to drop things out.
Oh, you mean because the thing pops or whatever? If you put too much stuff in it, yeah, you definitely can have that problem for shizzle. So we're going to see how that goes. Let me get my...
So we have a lot of people in here today.
Oh my goodness. Let's talk to everybody. Why does it say that I don't need that? Just give me the camera.
Well, you know, we have Colleen, we have Kathy's Quilts and Crafts, we have Mary Jane Ellinger, we have Jacqueline Spear, Donna Lee Struntz, we have LD Stanley, Karen Sharp, Lori LaSalle, Polly Lawrence, Mary Jane Ellinger, Tamala Henna, oh my goodness, Nancy Gus, Shirley from Around to It.
Hi, Shirley.
Angela Stoutinger, Alice Dolan. We have Stephanie, of course. Steph from Stephanie Stitches.
Hey, Steph. I have a feeling Steph is sitting there with a bunch of kids on her.
She probably is, yeah. She's like, Mom, 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 Mom. I once made my kids call me something really long. I wouldn't respond to them unless they said my whole name, and I made it like super long, like, oh, wonderful wizard of this, that, the other rot. And they were like, okay. They
figured out how she was going to change her name. Yeah, my mom said, I'm changing my name. And she wouldn't even tell us what it was. So, you know, I was even worse. She was like, stop it. I'm not doing this. Anyway. What's everybody talking about? I can't see. I should turn the chat on for a second.
They're all saying hello.
They're all just saying hello?
Shelley Clark is here. Karen Cox is here. Kay from the Purple Wall is here. Who else? Who slipped in? Linda Faust, Diolinda Gomez.
It's Miss Seeley.
My name. Oh, Colleen says that she told her kids that she changed her name, and she wasn't going to tell them. It made them cry.
Oh, jeez.
Mine were
I
not
don't think we
so.
cried.
Mine
I
were
think
not so gullible. They were just like, okay, well, let's see if we can't play mom's game.
right. I think that we were just little brats and probably like laughed or something.
Mary Ball, Mary Baldassin is here. Pieces, love, and quilting is
I'm not
here.
100%, but I think that's Melissa. I might be wrong. I think Donna said when I was there with her on Monday, and listen, my memory's not great, but
I don't remember what she said. Oh.
oh,
Del
must be
Marie's
Courtney.
here.
Must be
Donna Lee
Courtney.
Strunks is here.
Yeah, Stephanie said Courtney, so I'm wrong apparently. Somebody else must be Melissa. I'm
Excuse
terrible.
me. No, Melissa is.
I'm awful.
See, I'm gonna lie. I'm gonna tell a lie.
Courtney or CJ. Practically
Sandra.
creative is Melissa.
Yeah, practically creative. Yeah, I knew it was one of them. It's
I'm
like, oh
sorry,
my goodness.
Melissa. I'm sorry. One of these days I'm going to remember. I'm telling you, there's just so many people now in the chat that don't have their actual name on there. I'm trying to remember so hard. Look, Patty is actually Patty. I know that. Hi, Patty.
ECP Patty C is definitely Patty. We have Marie H here. Um, let's see. Mary Baldassin, she says, I'm working on getting borders on a mystery quilt that I finished in February. I have
You're trying to
4
get
quilts.
borders on? Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, it's whenever you have the whole darn thing, like, quilted and everything, and you're just waiting for a binding. Because for me, it's like, I love doing the binding, but oh my goodness, like, try finding the time to be able to do it. I mean, you think, oh, I can finish this in like an hour. No. I mean, it
Sharon.
depends. If it's like a little, little guy, you're all like, oh, okay.
No, see, that's just it. The binding is the part that's the easiest for me to finish.
Yeah,
It's
I
when I
love the
have to
binding
drag
now.
out the home machine. Oh,
Whew.
excuse me. It's when I have to drag out the home machine and set it up and do all of that fun stuff before I can actually get a sewing done.
Yeah, thankfully, I don't have to
It
do
takes
that part.
forever.
I understand what you're saying. That would deter me, I think.
Or when you can't get to it.
Yeah,
That one is aggravating me to no end
that's just
because
as bad.
I know they're there. I know they're there, and I would love to finish them, but I'd have to take everything out of the pod,
Right.
which is like 20 feet worth of stuff packed into that pod. There's no way I could get to it. We have Gidget McConnell came in. Kathleen Champ came in. Say hello, hello.
Hello. All right, so here's all the papers for the Alchemist crystals. And then if you're doing this, the first thing you want to do is you're going to open it to the middle. And then, I mean, this is a thick book. If it weren't this thick, I could just keep it folded and then go right and cut like 1/8 of an inch off the edge. And then you'd have all the pages done. But this is kind of thick, so I'm going to, and you can use scissors. You absolutely could, but I'm going to go ahead and just use a rotary cutter because this is an old blade anyway. I need to change it. So I'm going to go ahead and do that first.
And she's not lying. I guarantee she didn't change it.
I kept
Yeah.
telling you to change it, girly. I kept saying, change it. I've got 1,000,000 blades. I wasn't not
We
doing
never
it
did
for,
change it.
like, because I was, like, trying to save blades. I kept thinking, I think I just did it, but I don't think I did.
Linda Faust says, good luck. Good luck, Yvette.
Ugh, okay. I got through one side. All right. I'm going to flip it over.
Kelly Clark says she has no excuse. She has a sewing room and she still procrastinates.
Yeah. I procrastinate, but it's like, because what'll happen is I will have, I don't know, a little bit of spare time. And instead of doing like sewing, because I'm always complaining I don't get to sew enough, I just nap or something, and then it's like, oh, how come I didn't get to sew anymore? Well, because I was lazy and I decided to sleep with the cats or something. Okay, so now I've got all my sheets and they're all cut.
Sherry says it looks like there's more papers for that than there is for coral reef. Are there?
Um, I think it's about the same. I think it's about the same. I mean, this one might have a little bit more paper, but I just don't really remember. And there's a couple of things that I'm going to do that I did not do before. This is like called stuff you do when you learn. So probably like as I'm cutting them, I'm going to write AC on it, or, so that I know that's Alchemist crystals, because I have pieces around here. I have no idea if they're for Mooncatcher or coral reef. Not a clue. And I mean, because she'll use the same letters and everything, and I'm like, yeah, not fun, peeps. So if you're going to have more than one going, I suggest that you do that, because
Okay.
it's
So
it's real. It's real.
Scrunchions came in. Hello, Celie. We also have Della Badger. We have Del Marie. If we forgot to say hello to Del Marie.
Hi, Del Marie.
Deli S. And who was it else that I saw? Too many going at one time. Polly Lauren says too many going at one time. You're absolutely right.
Yep.
And Stephanie says that's why you're supposed to finish one at a time.
Right.
That
Right.
if you are Yvette, you
Who's this
cannot
coming
do
from?
that.
This is like the pot calling the kettle. You finish one thing at a time.
Oh, and DECP Patty C, she says she's going to tie knots in yarn. I think that's what I'm doing right now is tying knots in yarn. Because it's something I can do while I watch the chat.
Yeah, I don't think.
Gina in Azel. So how many do you have going right now? 3, right?
Well, this is going to be
You have
the
3,
third
Judy
one.
Niemeyer?
This is going to be the third one. I am not at all close to finishing Coral Reef, but way closer to finishing that than anything else. And Mooncatcher, I started that one here on YouTube, and I have put it aside because I thought, a million years ago that I was going to finish Coral Reef, and that hasn't happened. Yeah.
Okay.
I should tell people no. When they say, Yvette, would you like to come and like do all this fun stuff? No. No, I don't want to start any more projects. I don't want to like go to a retreat. I don't want to do any of that stuff. I think I'm just going to sit here and sew. Which is what I should do
Linda
too. I
Parsons
don't know. Like,
said she accidentally threw away her rotary cutter.
wait, what?
She says Linda Parsons says she accidentally threw away her rotary cutter. She didn't notice that she did that.
Oh my
So
god.
now, how do you throw away your rotary cutter?
I don't know. It's pretty heavy.
Yeah, I mean that
Now,
would be
yeah,
bad.
I have probably
That
like
would be like
5
going
or 6
crazy.
rotary cutters around this house, but that would be, yeah.
Angela, I am crocheting this. It is actually going to be a throw. I just thought I'd try out a stitch so that I could see if I liked it because I had some other yarn that I wanted to do it with. So I thought I'd try this one out, and it's going pretty quick. It's not too hard. Celie says it's easy to throw away your rotary cutter.
Really? Oh my goodness. I guess I
I
should like,
imagine, well, sometimes if I think about it, if you have a whole stack of paper piecing pieces and you've got a bunch of fabric cut and and you have things stuck everywhere, then you know what's going to happen. You're going to end up doing something crazy and throw away your rotary cutter. Hello, Teresa Louise. I quilt too. We see you. Stephanie Stitches says
Hi,
she
Teresa.
needs to hear you sing.
Oh my goodness. What?
She just
You,
drew.
y'all are, I'm trying to make a quilt here.
Steph is my hero.
Y'all are, and for all of you traders who came on Donna's channel and wanted me to sing, and y'all know I only do that on my channel.
The whole time, all I could think was, "Oh my goodness, her granddaughter is right there."
Yeah. Bebe is standing right there, and I'm singing about, yeah. Can't believe it. I like
Hey,
big butts and I cannot lie. You other brothers can't deny. When a girl walks in with an itty bitty waist and a round thing in your face, you get sprung. Wanna put up tough cause you notice that butt was stuffed. Deep in the jeans she's wearing. I'm hooked and I can't stop staring. Oh baby, I wanna get with ya and take your picture. My old homeboys tried to warn me, but that butt you got make me so horny.
you got to the end of that song with Bebe standing there, and I was like, "Oh my
I
goodness!" And you
know,
were saying, "I
right?
don't think you can understand any of that." I'm thinking to myself,
I don't
she
know, but
seems like
Donna
she's
wanted me to
probably
sing it to her
a
too. And I'm like, how old is baby?
right?
Oh, my
Stephanie says, "Woohoo!"
goodness.
Mary H says, "Yay!"
You guys.
Del Marie says she even got dancing tonight. And Doreen says, "You go, girl."
Oh my goodness.
Colleen was thinking the same thing I was thinking. Edit, edit, edit.
And then Donna's like, she knows what it means. Oh my goodness. I'm like,
Uh,
okay. No comment.
Gentleman 71 says hello. Marie H says thank you, Yvette. Donna Lee Strunk says nailed it.
Oh, you guys.
Ooh. Gidget McConnell wants to know, has anyone tried the 28mm rotary cutter from the Dollar Tree? I have not. I didn't even know they had it.
I didn't know they had one either. I
Linda
like my
Parsons says we
Wolfa.
needed to hear that song. I agree. Okay. So, Dancing Queen.
Well, it's
And
because I'm
Carrie says
standing
they
up.
didn't make you sing at the retreat. I want to know what happened, Steph. Why wasn't Yvette made to sing at the retreat? How is that even possible?
Oh my goodness. Well, you know what? That was Stephanie's baby. That was not Yvette in any way, shape, or form. Yvette was there
That's
as
fair.
helping Steph. Like,
Practically creative. Howdy, y'all. Hi.
hi. I think I'm gonna need to like go take these out one at a time and like highlight stuff. I saw there was this one girl at the last retreat, and she had because you know how like Judy's very verbose in these things. And what she did was she went in and she took highlighter and she highlighted the stuff that was really important to know as you were putting the pieces together. And I thought that is a brilliant idea. So I'm going to do that.
Okay, so Stephanie said now that you're her partner, it's on. So beware. It's
All
on,
right, well, you
guys.
better learn something.
Okay, so Lori LaSalle says, looks like you got your energy back since you started your new job.
Oh
I
my
think
goodness.
it's creeping a little up at a time.
I think I keep
Um,
napping too much. That's what the problem is.
Patty G wants to know, when you start a new FPP project, do you copy the pattern pieces first?
Okay, well, with a typical pattern, not a Judy Niemeyer, I get PDFs, and so I just print them out as I go. Now, if I bought, like, when I had the mini series by Juicy Juice and Allison Glass, Yes, I made copies of those because it comes inside with the one piece, and then and so if you use it and you don't make a copy, then you don't have a future one. So absolutely, if that's all you were given and it's not a PDF, I make a copy.
So I do believe Melissa from Practically Creative has come in. They say hello, hello, hello.
Hello, Melissa.
And let's see. Patty C says, Stephanie, remind me not to video at retreat. Denise White says, hi, ladies. Oh, hi, ladies. Glad that I was able to be here tonight. We're so glad to have you. Also, I do believe, oh, goodness. Denise White and also Nellie Franco, Janet Johnson have come in. Hello, ladies.
Hello.
Janet Johnson says, sorry, she woke up late this morning. Well, she just woke up. I think it's her morning and our evening.
Gotcha.
Oh my goodness. Donna says, Yvette Anita, 100% Bebe loves the song and she had not a clue on the words her
Oh,
parents
good.
sing in the car. And she just moved along. Yeah, you made her day by a long shot. She was speechless.
Yeah, most
And
people are. Why is this woman singing?
I thought, this is maybe not a good idea. Maybe we shouldn't be doing this.
Oh my goodness.
And Patty G says, thanks, Yvette. I make a copy of the pattern pieces just in case I do want to make another one. Of course, once was enough for me. For some patterns, once is enough. Some patterns you only do them one time, and then you're like, okay, I did that. That's good.
Yeah,
Linda
really,
Parsons
it
says, hi, ladies.
depends.
Who just came in?
Yeah, I mean, like if it's a block, you could totally do that again later and stick it in some other quilt, or I mean, so it's very different if you are making like an entire quilt or if you're making like a block. I think it's different, and especially like that mini series. I mean, right now I don't have the time, but I could see myself making a whole bunch of those because I really enjoyed it and I love how they look. So there you go.
Oh no, Shirley says Yvette can sing and Teresa Louise can belly dance. Let the party begin.
Awesome. I'm gonna leave the belly dancing over to Teresa Louise for sure. Y'all ain't ready for
I'm
that.
definitely not letting any of my skills show here. I
Nope,
might get thrown under the
nope,
bus.
nope. I don't think I'd be invited back to the party.
Surefire way not to get invited back, right?
That's it. People could probably deal with the singing, but I don't think they're ready. Okay. So I have everything in here, and there's
Oh
like
no.
a whole bunch of pages
Donna says
left.
she just spit her coffee. Snot laughing, she just spit her coffee.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Hmm. Teresa Louise says that she loves your shirt.
My shirt or Nita's shirt?
Your shirt. My shirt is Piecing It Real shirt.
Thank you. But
See, my shirt is a
Nita's wearing
Piecing
the
It
piece of
Real
your
shirt.
real shirt. Yeah. Oh wait, I took you off the camera. Hold on.
Doo, doo, doo.
There you go.
It says, I'm a paper piecer. Wouldn't you like to piece on paper too?
Yes, please.
Isn't she cute?
I love it. Okay, here we are
I
with the
got two of
papers.
them. Okay, so let's see. Where did I, snot laughing, okay? My first video for a while, going to travel from British Columbia to Nova Scotia starting next Wednesday. Oh my goodness, that's Denise White. That's some traveling.
Yeah.
Most definitely. Heather Grint says, yes, I know I'm a horrible, and hello, Heather. What did you say that makes you a horrible influence? Who knows? You never know. Heather sneaks them in there once in a while. No. That's Seeley, that's as close as I get to singing that. Belly dancing. Heather Grint says belly dancing. The things we try. Shelley Clark says she's always wanted to travel across Canada. And Del Marie says those are some big pieces.
Yep, they are all like this.
And do you, okay, so I know this is a definite question. Do you glue the pieces that are that big, or do you just baste around the edges?
Okay, so these templates stay this large, and it's only one piece of fabric. So it's not like the templates where you're sewing the fabric onto it. This is just one piece. Now, if you were to ask Judy, she would want you to glue these down. Now, when she says glue, it's very, very, very little glue. It's like, the corners, like if you're going to have like the little corner over here and that kind of stuff. You don't want to put a whole bunch of glue. It's just to be able to, basically hold down the fabric onto the paper so that it'll stay until you are ready to use it. Now, what you could do instead of gluing is these templates all have TRP lines on them. So you could just, cut a big piece or whatever, kind of do a little bitty glue on the sides, and then real quick do the TRP lines, and then it'll hold because now the fabric is sewed to the paper. So you could do that.
I would think that if it's that big, it would be difficult to keep it on the paper in the orientation that it needs to be in.
Well, it depends on what fabric you're using. I mean, if you're using a directional fabric, which, I mean, I'll just be honest, I would never recommend that on one of these patterns, but you could.
Right.
And there are some people who fussy cut, and and these people, it's like all they really have to do in their life is sew. And so they can devote all the time to making it and getting it done right away and all of that kind of stuff. As you can see, it takes me months to make one. So,
So Practically Creative, Melissa and also Debbie Horton would like to know, what are TRP lines?
okay, it is a term. Hold on, let me see. She probably says in here because I always forget what the darn thing means. Basically, these lines are sewn onto your pieces to help you join the pieces in the correct place. So when you have two pieces that are coming together, they will both have TRP lines, and those TRP lines line up. And that's so that you know how to piece them together. It's just a help.
Transitional
Some
registration
people,
point?
what's that?
Transitional registration point?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Something like that. I know it's something registration point. I see it.
Transition and registration points. That's what they're
Transition
called.
registration points.
Yep. And then we just call them TRPs. But basically it's so that, and yes, it's like the transition because it's to when you're putting all the pieces together. I mean, you've got like so many pieces, and this way, it's just, it helps a lot. At first I was thinking, oh, these things are such pain in the butt. But as I've started putting together the coral reef, I realized that they're very handy. Occasionally, there are some that I think, oh, this probably wasn't necessary. But for the most part, I really like them now, so I put them on there just in case.
They're helpful.
Yes, they are. Okay, so all I'm going to do real
Jacqueline
quick is
says
just,
you have a helicopter hat.
I'm just going to
If you stand
separate
just
the,
in the right position where your fan becomes a hat in the picture.
yeah, I'm listening. I just trying to do this, concentrate at least a little bit.
Debbie Horton says like darts in sewing clothes. Yes, they're a bit like darts in sewing clothes, or you know how when you're sewing a pattern together, it has notches and such that tell you where to line up, like the arm side, or it tells you where to line up the waistband, or they have the little bumps and notches. Those little things, those are like the TRP lines. They tell you where to line them up and where it should meet. Matching lines, yes, matching lines. So we can create new accounts with fake names. All right, Colleen.
She's starting trouble again.
Her and Heather are getting into and they're in cahoots at the moment. You know, Colleen, she can't help herself. She
I
has to
know.
misbehave. She just
I
can't
know.
stop. Polly Lawrence told her to behave. I started it. I take the blame. Heather says she started it. She'll take the blame.
Well, as long as we have somebody to blame, that's all that matters.
Memoirs of a Long Arm Quilter. Is that Stephanie?
That's Stephanie.
She says, hey, Yvette, Nita, and everyone. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, hello. She says, hi, Super Steph.
Actually, I think, do I make this way bigger? What do I do? I don't think so. Actually, I think I did.
Okay. Smacks hand, bad Heather. Oh my goodness. Colleen says, hello, Stephanie. We will be belly dancing to Big Butts. Want to join?
Oh, you guys.
Sherlock Sows came in. She says hello.
Hello.
And Donna Rosser. Have you shown? Wants to know if you've shown a picture of this particular one finished.
I can show you the picture of the pattern. 1 second. Okay, there's nothing here. Can you guys see that? And I actually bought the fabric for this particular kit, so the one I'm making is going to look like that. I think there were a couple of fabrics that they didn't have, and so I'm going to substitute, but it's going to be, I'm going to keep it similar, so it'll be fine.
Shannon Way says, hey, to Stephanie, and she says, congrats to you both on selling out Millersburg.
Yay, that was great, right? Very exciting.
And Donna Lee wants to know, what is the average time to cut out this project? What is the average time for cutting out this project? She wants to know. And Sherry.
Are you talking about, I'm going to assume that you're talking about the fabric and the papers. Honestly, it takes a long time. The papers, I remember that it took a whole heck of a lot longer than I thought it was going to whenever I started cutting it out. And part of it was, well, when I started the cutting out the one for Mooncatcher, quite honestly, I had no clue what I was doing. And then I took a class, and once that class started, I learned a whole lot of helpful hints. And, you know, some things you can use the hints on, and some things you really don't have to. It just depends. They do give you like some tips and tricks, and, you know, I kind of do a thing where I do it their way the first time, and then if I like it, I keep doing it, and if not, I just kind of alter things a little bit. So probably with this one, I'm going to alter it a little bit. Not much, just little things like, you know, they suggested that we take all of the papers that have the same number, which means that they are identical. They had us, you know, use a certain technique to line them all up, and then like staple them together. And I did not enjoy removing the staples and how it made, you know, this paper is like, it's newspaper, so it's very thin, and it was very easy to tear. And while, you know, Judy is correct in saying that it really doesn't matter, I'm extremely anal retentive, and it drove me nuts. So I don't think I'm going to do that again. Just a personal thing. I think I'm just going to, since it really doesn't matter with those, I might just sort of wing it, because I think I would prefer that to having the paper tear whenever I'm going to take the staples out. But there are definitely things you can do to save time.
Hello, Designs by Christina Cunningham. Hello.
Hello.
Sean is here.
Hi, Sean.
And Melissa wants to know if you can use straight pins to hold them together.
You can, but if you're going to, I would suggest that you use flathead pins. And Magic Pins just came out with some really great flathead pins. Because if you, you know, you can get bubbles in it. And if you cut into the template, you know, by a little bit or whatever, it can sort of affect later whenever you're putting it together. So I would just make sure you're using flathead pins. And then, yes, I personally don't think there's a problem with it.
Okay, so Colleen, I'm going to tell you that a Who's What's It and a Whatchamacallit are candy bars. You can easily find a Whatchamacallit. The Who's What's It is a little bit harder to find. Sherry and I both agree the Who's What's It is good. And Sherry, yes, it does taste a little bit like the Nutty Bar, but I think it tastes better and it doesn't have that horrible super sugar high that the Nutty Bar gives you.
I have never heard of a Who's What's It.
But you have heard of a Who's What's It. I told you about it before. and I haven't been able to find one here since I told you guys.
I'm
Because I was
sure
going
you
to send
did.
you all one.
Until I actually try it, I'm never going to remember. That was like with the cowtails. Because Steph had talked
Right?
about cowtails so many times, and I never could remember what it was she had said. Because I just didn't know them.
I agree. They're both pretty sugary. It's just that the nutty bars have this type. I think they use. I don't know what it is about the nutty bars, the Little Debbie nutty bars. They kind of make me sick. And Colleen, whatchamacallit, and Zero bars are my two favorite candy bars.
Now, Zero Bar, I've heard that before, but what's in it? Because I've never actually eaten one.
Mmm. It's it has nougat in it, but I don't think it's like regular nougat. And it has caramel
Does it have
and white
coconut?
and no and white chocolate.
Because I thought maybe that might have been a reason I hadn't tried one. But it doesn't have coconut. That's not it. I wonder why I haven't eaten one. That's weird.
Rochelle Sears wants to know, what are you making? She's working on cutting out the papers for the Judy Niemeyer Alchemist Crystals quilt. Marie H says, yes, you can. I love whatchamacallits, but I've never heard of a Whoosie What's It. I never heard of a Whoosie What's It for a long time until just recently, and I would say just a couple months ago, maybe back in February. I saw it. Was it? I think it was maybe in February. I saw one at the local Dollar General store, and I had to try it.
I wonder if it's new. Because I've never heard of that. I mean, not that I know all candy, but I just,
It seems to be. It's like what's like the orange creamsicle M&Ms. They're sort of a
like, you have to find them somewhere.
special run kind of thing, I guess. So what would you call it? Limited edition. They're like a limited edition. I think they were just trying it out, and it's like it's good. It's really quite yummy, but I like the whatchamacallit better. Polly Lawrence describes a Zero bar as white chocolate, caramel nougat. It's caramel, and I think it's almond nougat instead of regular nougat. But
That sounds good.
it, it's really tasty, very very tasty. Angela says she must be living in a cave because she's never heard of those candy bars. Sweetheart, I don't know what to tell you. It's like sometimes you can find candy bars in some places and sometimes you can't. Just know that whatchamacallits happen to be one of my favorite bars.
When I was a kid, that was my favorite candy bar. And then they didn't have them for a while, and then they came back.
And Delia says she's heard of a whatchamacallit, but the other two she has never heard of. Deborah Ryan says she likes Fifth Avenue bar. Those are good. I like those. I like a Heath bar too, but I'm kind of a toffee person. I like toffee. And Delia says she likes a payday.
Oh, I love payday.
Celia says you guys are speaking a different language when it comes to your snacks. Well, what kind of snacks do you eat?
Yeah, tell us.
Oh my goodness. Tim Tams are the best. What is it? Bickle cookie? Hmm. Tim Tams, Jammy Dodgers. I like Jammy Dodgers. Joy Gillespie came in. She says, hello, hello, hello. Sherlock Sows. Okay.
Hi, Joy.
She huh?
I was just saying hey to Joy.
Sherlock Sows. Do you remember her name?
No, I don't. I'm sorry.
Oh my goodness. Terry says Zagnets are her favorite.
Never heard of that either. Have you heard of that, hon?
No.
Yeah. Maybe she can tell us what it's like.
Kathy's Quilts and Crafts says she likes Good Old Three Musketeers and Milky Way.
See,
Rochelle says she likes Baby Ruth and Mr. Goodbar. If they didn't have so much peanuts, it'd be great.
oh, see, to me, the more nuts, the better. I'm like that too. That's like with Payday. Oh, I love Payday.
Okay, so Sherry Geyer, she's so good. She's so good. She says the Zero candy bar, introduced in 1920, is a candy bar composed of a combination of caramel, peanut, and almond nougat covered with a layer of white chocolate fudge.
Mm. Wow.
And Marie H, she says, I've wanted to try Tim Tams for the longest time, but I heard that if you buy them in the US, they're not the same.
That's not true.
Lori Miller. Sherlock Sews is Lori Miller. See, I was like, I should know this, and I'm so sorry I don't remember, but I'll remember. I'll try to remember. I should write it down. Laurie Miller. Okay, Shelley Clark. Payday is just a naked baby Ruth. DECP Patty C, she says Russell Stover's pecan clusters. Amen. Those are so good. It's like,
Bunch of
okay, so
over here.
I mean, this is going to be interesting because I'm going to say something about pralines or pralines. Pralines
Yeah,
in
probably.
Louisiana, are pralines crunchy or chewy?
They're chewy.
See, where I come from, they're chewy, but here pralines are crunchy. They're more like a brittle, like peanut brittle or a pecan brittle
Yeah, that's
instead
not a
of.
praline.
That's not a praline. A praline should be chewy.
Well, maybe it is a praline, but it's not a praline.
Maybe it's a praline, not a praline. That's like the difference between pecans and
It's
pecan and pecan.
it's a pecan.
Pecan and pecan.
Yeah. We could get in a very big debate about that.
Right?
We had this big discussion in Starbucks one day because I would, I used to go there. I need to start doing it again, but before COVID, I would go there and I would sit in Starbucks for my office hours because if I didn't go somewhere else, I wouldn't get anything done. When you're at home, you get nothing done. Anyway, we had when they were having it was around Christmas when they were having the praline drink. And then somebody, of course, I put the order in and I said praline, and they said praline. And we got in this big argument. I was like, well, I don't think it's really anything to argue about. But you are
It
saying it
really
wrong.
isn't. Laura Beach came in. We say hello to Laura Beach.
Hello, Laura.
We also have Sherry Lucina Cairns. Say hello to. I'll say hello.
Hello.
And Nancy LaVenture says hello.
Hi, Nancy. Hi, Sadie.
So, yes, we need to see pictures of the baby. I love all the pictures you post of her online. She's so stinking cute. Okay, Balloonist 2002, and I'm so sorry because your name has escaped me again. She says, bring some of those Tim Tam things to the Washington retreat. Never heard of them or tried them.
That might be a little bit difficult just because I have to fly. And I don't know that I'll
Mona,
put them in the, um, like in even carry on because it gets warm. That wouldn't be good. But we'll see. Maybe I can I'll ask the owner if I can ship them there or something. If I can,
Diana Harris says hello.
hello.
And I knew there was a Stephanie, thank you so much. I knew there was a reason I should remember that. Oh, Patty G says, I think the cappuccino table runner is beginner friendly or any of her table runners or placemats. Laurie LaSalle says, Sherry, I love your Google crown. Sherry is our Google queen. Ooh. Sean says, I wouldn't ship them in August, Yvette. They would be a gooey mess in the heat.
Yeah, I'm not sure that it would be really great because if you're going to have a Tim Tam, I want you to have a good experience. uh, and I'm
There's so
really
many
not
different
sure.
flavors, though.
What's that?
I said there's so many different flavors.
Well, you know what? It could be because I know that I can find them here at Target. So if we can find a Target near where we are or on the way or something, then Steph and I can maybe stop and get some. That would be our best bet. So we'll have to see if we can find them.
Rochelle says, mail them to her house and she'll meet you at Starbucks. Jill Marie says she loves the mint Tim Tams. Isn't there a mango flavored one?
I've never heard of a mango flavored one, Sean.
I might be wrong. I might be thinking of something else. So, Sean, is the World Market the place to go find these Tim Tams? Because, I know there's one in Wilmington close to me, and I think I might need to go. No, ma'am. He says, no, ma'am, not mango. So it must be something else I'm thinking of that has the mango flavor. See, there are just some things like over here we get these Kinder Surprise eggs.
Uh-huh.
That is not a Kinder egg. I don't know who in their right mind thought that they could pull that bull malarkey off, but that is not a Kinder egg. It doesn't even taste like the right chocolate. Made me so mad. I used to get my daughter to send them to me from England because we couldn't get them here because they were outlawed for some reason.
They were outlawed in Australia too.
Because they have a toy inside of a candy.
Right, and they were afraid people would eat the toy or something. And I was like,
Right,
seriously?
they consider it a choking hazard.
Right.
Oh, see, okay, the guy who sews, Sean, he says he stands corrected. They do have a mango Tim Tam. I thought I had seen that they had a mango Tim Tam.
I've never seen those. Obviously, Sean hasn't either. But I had no idea. Like, to me, if they would have done anything, it would have been like pomegranate or something crazy, you know?
Hey, okay, so I spent a lot of time in England. I spent some time in England, and I'm a tea drink. I love hot tea. I love hot beverages. I drink my tea hot. I drink my coffee hot. I like it hot, even when it's hot outside.
Oh, poop. I didn't write Alchemist on any of these.
But there's a couple of things I miss from England, and Sean, it's the Kinder eggs. The Kinder surprises they have here are nothing like a Kinder egg. Nothing. They don't, not even the toys are the same. But I mean, they are fabulous toys. I miss them. The chocolate tastes good because it's like dark. It's like, I should say it's milk chocolate with white chocolate on the inside, but it's really good. I've never seen them at Walmart, Sean. Tim Tams, I've never seen them there.
I get them at Target.
I'm gonna have to try Target.
That's Target for normal people. I'm
Right. The other thing I miss from England is clotted cream.
Yeah, I had somebody make me that before, and I can't get into it. I don't know why. I think it's almost one of those things that you like it or you don't. Also, if you're gonna write anything on your templates, make sure it's not written with a friction pen.
No, you need to write it with a pencil or a pen.
Yeah, because
Pencil so you can erase if you have to.
well, this paper can tear pretty easy. I'm just saying.
It's
I
newsprint,
don't
isn't
know
it?
if I would want to even try to use an eraser on this.
Celie says her niece used to smuggle Kinder eggs into the country when she visited. She was very proud of herself. It's not smuggling. You're allowed to bring in ones for yourself. They're just not allowed to be sold. You can choose for yourself to have them. You just can't bring in more than a certain number. And trust me, I know this because my daughter who lives in England sends them to me when I beg her to send me some. I always want the ones they have at Easter, which are bigger and they have a bigger toy inside, but she never sends them to me.
Well, you can get them here now.
Not the
They
good
sell
ones.
them now.
No, no, they
I've
don't.
seen them in Target. Oh,
Yeah, but have you ever bought one? It's not a Kinder egg. It's a little cup with some weird white chocolate that looks like an egg on one side,
I'll be
and
honest, I
it's
never had any interest whatsoever in buying that.
a
So,
toy on the
no,
other.
I
And then
haven't.
They're American made Kinder Egg.
yeah,
And I probably like I lost my train of thought. I don't even know what I was gonna say. Y'all, there's something wrong with me.
we were talking about
I
Kinder
know
egg.
what I was talking about, but I have no clue what I was about to
Anything.
say. Not a clue. Totally
Oh, see,
went straight out my head all the way.
World Market has clotted cream. PT Lane says World Market has clotted cream, and MJ says, "Ooh yes, scones, lemon curd, and clotted cream. Absolutely, I'm there. I'm so there." And clotted cream is like it's clotted cream. I mean, it's not really like butter, but it's not whipped cream. It's like
Is that
ah,
what we have?
yes, that's what we put on the waffles in England. The clotted cream is just and I can actually make some pretty good scones too.
I love. What was that?
They're watching hockey. Kendra and Roger are watching hockey. So yeah, they got a little bit
My heart's working.
okay. Are we talking about Tim Tams on Amazon? Because um Patty G wants to know if you will show the fabric in the kit. She'd love to see it. And Kathleen Champ says she's seen Tim Tams at Targets, a few flavors. And she's heard that they changed them for the US, that they're not the same as the originals.
That's the fabric.
See, if Arnott's makes them, then we would be able to get them like they're originally made because they make other cookies in the US or other biscuits in the US.
Yep. Oh, oh my goodness. It's heavy.
Oh, Laura LaSalle says she's waiting for the hockey to start there. I'll try not to let it be too much information that want to spoil it for you.
Right?
Ooh, they have Mona says she just checked the world market and apparently they have them in Tucson. Ooh, definitely. Well, Wilmington is a little ways away from me, so I might have to decide if I'm going to do that. And Tony Conway came in. Hello, hello, hello. I need to go to Target and find out if they have some Toon Tams. Oh, the other thing that I really missed, that I missed for the longest time from England was Ribena. Squashes. I like squashes. When people ask, what is a squash? A squash is like a fruit juice concentrate, but not frozen. And Pam Sandlin came in. She says, hello, ladies, and hello.
Hi, Pam.
Oh, Nancy says, do we have a PIR Zoom next week? Katie wants to know if she's good, we would come.
Yes, we do. She can certainly come. We'd all love to see her.
Shelley Clark says that Safeway and Albertsons carry Tim Tams.
Our daughter will have to get some for us
Tim Tams?
as she bounces state to state and country to country.
Yeah.
Because I guarantee you that she was in Salt Lake City, that there was a Safeway and an Albertsons both there.
Right? So LD Stanley, we're going to say goodnight, everyone. My allergy meds have kicked in and the yawns have started. I hope you have a wonderful evening. Good night, Yvette and Nita. Good night, LD.
Night, sweetie.
Catch some sleep. True, MJ. And their crisps are very different than the ones here. Some of them are really tasty and not quite so salty. But I found myself liking the ones that were prawn flavored. I'm not even sure why, but yeah, I did. Deborah Ryans wants to know if you were starting another quilt and did you finish the other one you were working on? Yes, she is starting another quilt. And
No.
no, she did not finish the other one. I was waiting to see if you were going to answer that.
You were doing a good job.
I feel like I was throwing you under the bus there.
Oh, no. Listen, there's just always way too much going on. And I always bite off more than I can chew anyway. It's like my MO.
So Kathy from Kathy's Quilts and Crafts. She says good night, Louise and Nita. I'm not going to bed yet. I don't have to be to work until late tomorrow, so I'm good. Back to the research. Looks like Yvette is using a lot of elbow grease. Going to be a teal stunner. So much fabric.
Yeah, it looks really pretty. It's like I'm looking at the fabric and I'm like, how is it that the end product looks so colorful, and it doesn't seem like there's hardly any colorful fabric in there. But, you know, that's what it's going to look like. So I've just got to trust the process.
Hello, Jimmy Henderson. He says, blame the quilt change on the supply chain. Everything is running late.
There you go.
And Lavina Hiscock wants to know, cutting your paper pattern, will that dull your rotary cutter?
Well, this blade needs to be changed anyway. So, I mean, personally, you know, I know that everybody's got like this, you know, thing. I use them until it's starting to be, you know, difficult to cut, and then I stop and I change it. And this one is like, it's perfect because it's ready to change. So I can just do all of my paper and then worry about changing it after for sewing.
So the idea is to rotate your blades. You have one rotary cutter for cutting paper and one rotary cutter for cutting fabric. When the blade on your fabric cutter is bad, then you just move it to your paper cutting rotary cutter,
Well,
and let it
honestly,
become
like,
dulled in.
I keep all of my old blades and I just label it. It says used. And so when, even when like if I'm running out of, if this seems like it's not cutting paper, which is almost impossible, I can just switch them out. And, you know, this one's totally done. I can chuck it and put it in the, okay, this is the, it is totally used up version. And then just take one of these used ones out for paper. So, I mean, I just don't chuck them until they're really done. So,
See, I'm so bad about that. I have this little cup. It's like I guess I'm not even sure where I got it, but it's just a little round cup. It's about the perfect size for rotary cutting blades, and it's about 2.5 inches deep and has a lid on it. And I just take my blades and put them in there. And if I need one for paper cutting, those are perfect because they work in the Fiskars paper cutter. They work in several other paper cutters that you use for scrapbooking or what have you. And I just use those until they're like completely trashed, and then I get rid of them.
that's the idea. Oh, sure.
Oh my goodness. Stair says, ate about 500 Yorkie candy bars when in England. Yum. Absolutely, right? There's just some candy bars you can't get in the States that are just so good. And there's just no way to explain why they are so good. It's just like, I don't know, Del Marie. I don't know where Netta is this evening, but I plan to find out. But British candy, one of the things I really like about was black currant, and for a long time, black currant wasn't something we grew here in the U.S. It was a crop that was banned, I believe, for a period of time because it produced a certain fungus, I think. But I love black currant, which is why I like ribena and squashes. Ribena is really good. So did you hear what Netta was up to this evening?
I did not. I have not been able to be on pretty much anything since I got home. So,
She was on this morning. I talked to her this morning, just
yeah.
not this evening. No food police. I agree.
I didn't realize she wasn't here. Now I'm worried.
Yeah.
So Melissa says good night all. She's headed for dreamland herself. She says good night.
Good night.
And what time did you plan to knock off? 10 o'clock? Because you have 20 minutes.
Okay. Yes, 10 o'clock. I'm ready for dinner.
Yes. The blackcurrant jelly on online for an arm and a leg. Do you know, Stare, where I found blackcurrant jelly? I found it at Big Lots of all places.
That's odd.
Right?
Tuesday morning. Tuesday morning.
Colleen says, I've noticed a pattern with the college kid. About 15 minutes before the live ends, he comes in and harasses me because he thinks I need to go to bed. I'm prepared for his nonsense tonight. I have one of those. I have one of those. Shelly S says, I'm working on on the May bomb. Can you explain A, B, and C? I'm not quite sure what to do.
I think it goes B, A, C when you're putting them together.
So the A, you would sew each of those separately, and then you connect them.
Right. And I think A ended up being in the middle the way that I labeled it. Instead of being ABC, like, down row.
Right? Sarah, I'm not even sure how that happened, but that's where I found it. I was reminded also that if you have a Tuesday morning, sometimes you can find it there too. You might also try places like Ross, TJ Maxx, Marshalls. They might have it in their food section, which is quite small, but usually has interesting stuff. Kathleen, it should not have a bunch of seeds in it. They should have strained those out. And I agree, this too many seeds will definitely ruin the jam. I don't even get raspberry jam with seeds in it. It has to be seedless. Angela Stoutinger told Colleen he's just watching out for his mom. Angela, do not encourage the young man. Do not encourage him. He needs no encouragement. I'm sure that Colleen has definitely had enough of that. She says she says she's thinking about going to torment him first, but then she might miss stuff. She could have spit seeds. Kathleen, you could have strained it through a strainer. You could have just sieved it through a little sieve. Just press it through, and then all the little seeds would stay in the little strainer, and you could have had the jam without seeds. Granted, you wouldn't have gotten as much of the jam, but you wouldn't have had the seeds. There says Yvette is slave cutting and I'm salivating for candy and jellies. Yes, aren't we all? Somebody mentioned Tim Tams. Who was that? Who mentioned the Tim Tams? That's not a friction pin, is it?
Nope. I'm the one who just told y'all about the friction pin.
I know, I'm just checking.
It is
See,
not.
I'd be the one that would warn everybody about the friction pin and then pick up the friction pin and start writing with it.
No, I made sure this is the only pin on the table right now.
Oh my goodness. Harry wants to know, what are you prepping, Yvette?
This is the Judy Niemeyer quilt called Alchemists Crystals.
Terry says, I want to get better at FPP. Well, you could join Piecing It Real.
Yep.
You could join Piecing It Real and follow her
There are video tutorials and it's self-paced, so do it in your own time, at your own pace.
and you can do it as there's the link right there if you'd like to go to Piecing It Real and sign up. We have a lot of fun. Ladies, we were talking earlier.
And there's a special right now. If you join, you can get 50% off your first month with the code FIRSTHALFOFF.
Gary, it is not exactly on YouTube. It is an online platform, yes. It is an online subscription. You would get all access to the Piecing It Real website, which has patterns and videos, step-by-step videos on how to do paper piecing with easy to follow projects, easy to make projects. That makes it absolutely easy to do. She's very, very good. And you can access those videos as long as you're a member for however long it takes you to figure it out. And she has lots of free patterns up there and lots of people that are in the group. We have a Zoom meeting on every other Monday to work out any problems that people might have and chat and just have a good time. We have swaps and we have a community page. Our community manager, or Yvette's community manager, Piecing Your Reel's community manager, is Netta Oberholzer. I can never say that very quickly.
Tongue twister.
It is. We know her as she loves to give away Yvette stuff.
She does. She likes to give away my stuff.
She does a good job of it.
She does. She's quite good at it.
But yeah, it's very inexpensive for what you get. You get lots and lots for your subscription, but it's a wonderful way to learn.
Absolutely. And there's no reason why you can't. Don't listen to everybody saying, oh, it's so hard, because it's not. Just
It's so hard.
requires you to think a little differently, that's all.
And Yvette makes it so much easier.
I share all my tips and tricks and all of that stuff. I don't hold anything back.
Del Marie says, heart piecing it real. Colleen says, I think Yvette is very easy to follow. She says, I knew nothing when I joined. Oh my goodness, so many patterns. I know, right? There's some really cute patterns in there too.
Yeah, it's like now there's so much stuff in there that I think I need to go in and like reorganize. Because when it started, you know, it's like you start with not very much, and then once you start growing it, it's like, it makes it kind of hard for people to find stuff. So I kind of need to, that would be a good goal for me, to just reorganize things a little.
9 minutes.
Thank you.
Good night, Nancy.
Night, Nancy.
She says it's time for her bedtime routine, Nancy. Sadie said, she said, Sadie's acting up. She's got to go.
There you go. She's ready to go bed.
Kathleen Champ says she don't hold nothing back. She cannot lie. Hollywood says she's about to turn the heater on and go to bed herself.
The
I don't
heater?
know about a heater.
I wish I was turning the heater on. I turned the air down and I put a big fan behind me.
Yes, everyone, please remember to give Yvette a thumbs up for tonight.
Thumbs up, thumbs up.
Kathleen Champ says details are all right there where other teachers would just fly right by.
No,
Kathleen Champ says
I
Yvette's
definitely pretty
FTP
slow.
is fly.
Yep.
Oh, good night, Jacqueline. She says she's tired. She says good night, all tired tonight.
Good night.
Good night. Stay warm, stay cool, whichever you need to do.
Whichever, yeah.
Oh my goodness. Marla says, I turned the furnace back on today here in Ohio. It was 65 in her house. Too cold for her.
Oh, that's warmer than I even keep my house.
Diana Vieira says, Yvette is going to be in the mid to upper 90s this weekend.
Yeah, that's crazy. That is absolutely nutballs.
Oh, see, that's so true. Rochelle Sear says, I love paper piecing. My husband says when he first met me, that was the first thing I was doing, besides quilting quilts. It is one of my favorite things to do, and it has awesome accurate points. Absolutely.
Yep. That's how I got hooked. Because I'm just a perfectionist, as you can see the way I cut this stuff out. If you watched,
Sorry, Kathleen. I guess I didn't catch on soon enough. I was trying a little harder. She says she was trying to do the whole thing to Baby's Got Back.
what whole thing? I missed it.
Where it says that you cannot lie.
Oh, I got you.
And Lori LaSalle says she loves PIR. She loves FPP. She loves Yvette.
It's a love fest. Yvette loves you right back. Okay. I'll stop for now. I got 3 pages done.
Well, at least that's 3 pages closer than you were before.
There you go. That's right.
I mean, you have to think about it in the positive light, right?
Mm-hmm.
Definitely gotta. Oh, I got you guys all looking up at the ceiling.
There she is.
My finger gets in the way because it's on the other side.
Yeah. Well, that's why I started tonight, because I know, I mean, I'm not going for a little bit, but it's gonna take a long time to cut everything. And I got a whole bunch of stuff going on. For some reason, I decided I was going to join Lisa Marie's swap, because I love the scavenger hunt. So I have that to do. And then I got all this to cut. And,
And you got reeled in, and then you got this to cut. You still have 2 other Judy Niemeyer quilts to do, and
yeah, millions of things. Loads of things going on. Lots of stuff in progress. And of course, I told Stephanie I was going to sew with her on Saturday. So another project being started.
uh-oh. I don't know.
I know.
You might be considering a slowdown, a
I know.
work
It seems like,
stoppage.
yeah, I think that the next weekend she's going to be on with Sean. So you guys want to watch that. And then the weekend after that, I'm going to be in Montana. So there you go. And I mean,
And
I
that's the weekend of
considered,
what?
what's that?
What weekend is that? That's the weekend. Is that the first
It's
weekend in June?
yes, June 4th through the 11th, something like that. Um, yeah, I mean, I consider just bringing coral reef and finishing it, but it's kind of embarrassing. Although she's going to ask me anyway. Part of me is going, oh, she's not going to remember who I am. Please. Of course she will. There's not
She's
that
gonna
many
know
people
you.
there.
She's gonna know you.
And
And
I
she's
was
gonna ask
just
you.
there 2 weeks ago, so
It wasn't 2 weeks
I
ago. It
know, but
was
it
longer
seems
than
like it.
that.
It seems like 2 weeks ago.
It does. It does.
Patty wants to know if FPP is the only style of quilting I do. Absolutely not. The only thing I don't really do is EPP, because I'm not a hand sewer, and thus applique. I mean, I will do some applique if there's like a little bit, like even the coral reef quilt has a little bit of applique in it. And so, I will do a little bit, but I wouldn't do like an entire applique quilt. But yes, I absolutely do, just traditional piecing and, short answer, no.
Right? Short answer, no.
Oh,
There's
goodness.
always something you want to try. There's always something you want to try, always something you want to do. Like there's always a new thing you want to do.
Yeah.
Or you see a fabric that says to you, "Oh, this would look really cute if you did this."
Well, I normally don't like panel quilts either. It's just not something that I'm into. But you see like a certain one and you're like, it changes your mind, and you're like, this would be nice. Because you like the whole thing. Like I was just showing Nita a Corey Dantini panel, like a, whatever. Um, and I really think I am going to make a quilt out of it. I'm going to cut it up and, frame the panels
It's
and figure something
so
out. But they're
cute. It's
so,
so cute.
I know, right? Like it's so cute. And I love
Oh
Corey
my
Dantini.
gosh.
Oh my goodness. Like I haven't found anything by Corey Dantini that I don't love. She's just amazing. Her
And you couldn't
artistry
help
is just,
yourself.
yeah. So I'm excited.
Sherry says she's tired and she has to get up early, so she's saying good night.
Well, I'm saying goodnight too, peeps, because I haven't eaten dinner as usual. Um, I think I'm just gonna go heat up some mac and cheese or something. I don't know, something quick. And I have a little bit of work to do, but then I'm heading to bed because we've been very busy at work this week. So I don't want to get to bed
I
too
got
late.
called in twice.
Yeah.
I don't even know why. I got called twice and I had to go to work 2 days in a row that I wasn't expecting to work. So
Mm,
tomorrow night hopefully will be my last night to work for a little while. At least
right.
a little while. I can catch up on some of my projects.
Yeah. I
Like
started cutting
finish
up.
cutting.
Yeah. I started cutting up fabric for the mystery boxes, but I'm gonna have to put that aside again because I have all this cutting to do. I wasn't even thinking about it, and I just started thinking about it today, and I was like, whoa, wait a minute. I'm like about to leave to go. I need to start cutting this stuff now.
Like, oh, let me get this done. It's one
Yeah,
of those things where you just start, you're going, you think, oh, I have plenty of time. I do this with swaps all the time too.
all the
I
time.
have plenty of time, and then
Plenty
poof,
of
you don't
time.
have much time left. You're going, ah, I gotta get this done.
I know. I know. And the swap, I have to mail mine early because I'm leaving like just before it's due to be shipped. So I have to send it early.
So you have to do
That's
it
the other thing.
quickly and get it out. Yeah,
Yep. So
yeah.
anywho, y'all, I will see y'all next week. Have a great weekend. Whether you're hot or cold or whatever, I hope it's a great one. I hope it's at least lovely weather. And I'll see you guys next week at 8:30 on Hump Day. Bye, you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nita.
Nice.